If you're over 60, there's a dangerous type of fat inside your body right now that could be silently shortening your life every single day. It's not the fat you can see in the mirror. It's something far more dangerous, visceral fat, the deadly fat that wraps around your liver, heart, and other vital organs like a slow poison. Researchers at Yale and Harvard have found that this hidden fat releases over 400 toxic molecules into your bloodstream every 24 hours, chemicals that inflame your arteries, block insulin, and damage your heart from the inside out. But here's where things get really interesting. In a recent study, adults between 60 and 75 followed a specific, natural protocol and reduced their visceral fat by up to 71% in just 30 days. No gym memberships, no starvation diets. Just a few simple changes that activate your body's dormant fat-burning switch. Scientists were so shocked by the results, they retested the data 3 times, and every time, the numbers came back the same. See, visceral fat isn't just a cosmetic problem. It's been called the silent killer because it strangles your organs from within, raises your blood pressure, and triggers everything from chronic fatigue to type 2 diabetes, even if you look thin on the outside. Dr. Caroline Reeves, a metabolic researcher from Johns Hopkins University, revealed that losing as little as 5% of visceral fat could add up to 6-8 years of healthy life expectancy. And the best part? If you're over 60, your body actually has a hidden advantage. Because after 60, your metabolism becomes more responsive to certain fat-burning hormones if you know how to trigger them the right way. In this video, we're going to show you the exact foods, timing, and habits that switch on this natural mechanism and help your body release dangerous visceral fat faster than any detox or diet ever could. And here's the most surprising discovery of all. The #1 most powerful step that melted visceral fat the fastest had nothing to do with food or exercise. In fact, it was a simple 3-minute technique backed by the University of Copenhagen's 2023 study, where participants lost 43% more visceral fat than those who didn't use it. Before we begin, comment below with your age and where you're watching from. We read every single one and love connecting with you. Now, let's dive in and uncover the truth about visceral fat and how you can start reversing it today. Number 5. Strategic protein timing for metabolic activation. After 60, your body's relationship with protein changes dramatically, and most people are unknowingly getting it wrong in a way that actually encourages visceral fat to grow. A major study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed that adults over 60 need 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal to properly activate muscle protein synthesis, the process that builds and preserves lean muscle tissue. Here's why this matters. Every pound of muscle burns around 50 calories a day just to exist, while a pound of fat burns only 2. That means the more lean muscle you maintain, the faster your metabolism naturally runs even at rest. Researchers followed 387 participants over 60 for 6 months and found that those who hit the 25-30 gram protein target at each meal lost 23% more visceral fat than those who ate the same total protein unevenly throughout the day. The takeaway: it's not just how much protein you eat, it's when and how evenly you distribute it. Morning protein is the most critical. After an overnight fast, your body's cortisol levels spike, priming it to store fat unless you interrupt that signal with adequate protein. Start your day with eggs, Greek yogurt, or a quality protein smoothie that provides at least 25 grams within the first hour of waking. For lunch and dinner, focus on palm-sized servings of fish, chicken, lean beef, or plant-based proteins like lentils, beans, and quinoa. This consistent timing keeps your metabolism in a steady, fat-burning rhythm throughout the day. Dr. Douglas Patton-Jones from the University of Texas discovered that this protein timing approach increased resting metabolic rate by 14% in adults over 60, meaning you burn more calories even while relaxing or watching TV. The strategy is simple but requires planning. Prepare batches of chicken breast, boiled eggs, or beans ahead of time so you always have quick, protein-rich options available. Avoid the classic mistake of eating toast or cereal for breakfast, a light salad for lunch, and then trying to make up for it with a large protein dinner. That pattern leaves your metabolism understimulated all day and actually encourages visceral fat storage. Get ready, because this next strategy left even top scientists stunned. This next step? It shocked seasoned medical researchers. Number 4. Temperature manipulation for brown fat activation. Your body carries two distinct types of fat, white fat and brown fat, and understanding the difference can completely transform how fast you lose visceral fat after 60. White fat stores energy and forms the bulk of your visceral fat. Brown fat, on the other hand, burns energy to create heat. A groundbreaking study from MRI University found that seniors who exposed themselves to mild cold for just 2 hours a day increased their brown fat activity by 45% and reduced visceral fat by 19% in only 4 weeks. No ice baths required. Participants simply set their room temperature to 66 degrees Fahrenheit, 19 degrees Celsius, for 2 hours each evening while wearing light clothing. This gentle cold exposure triggered their brown fat to burn white fat for fuel, specifically targeting visceral fat first, since it's more metabolically active. As we age, brown fat becomes less active, contributing to the buildup of dangerous visceral fat. But this study proved that mild cold can reactivate dormant brown fat cells, even in people over 70. Another simple method: finish your hot shower with 30 seconds of cooler water. It doesn't need to be freezing, just noticeably cooler than comfortable. This small change keeps brown fat activated for up to 4 hours afterward. Participants who combined the cool shower with evening cold exposure lost 31% more visceral fat than those who used only one method. The ideal time is between 6 and 8 p.m., when your body temperature naturally drops. This syncs with your circadian rhythm, amplifying fat burning during sleep. Even drinking a glass of cold water every 2 hours helps your body burn extra calories to warm it back to core temperature. Japanese researchers found this alone burns around 100 extra calories daily. Start small, 15 minutes of cooler temps, and increase gradually over 2 weeks as your brown fat becomes stronger and more efficient at burning visceral fat for fuel. Watch the third strategy closely. Missing it would be a huge mistake. Number 3. Time-restricted feeding with metabolic windows. When you eat might actually matter more than what you eat, especially when trying to eliminate visceral fat after 60. A stunning study from the Salk Institute revealed that adults over 60 who restricted their eating to an 8-10-hour window lost 47% more visceral fat than those who ate the same calories spread across the day. This isn't harsh intermittent fasting, it's a strategic timing method aligned with your body's natural rhythms. The sweet spot? Eating between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m., giving your system a full 14-hour overnight rest. During this fasting period, your body switches from burning glucose to burning fat, specifically visceral fat, because it's easier to access metabolically. Lead researcher Dr. Sachin Panda found that this approach also triggers autophagy, your body's cellular cleanup process, which removes damaged fat cells around your organs. Participants didn't diet or count calories, they simply changed when they ate. Start easy with a 12-hour window, then shorten by 30 minutes weekly until you reach the 10-hour target. This gradual approach avoids stress spikes that could raise cortisol and slow progress. Focus on 3 balanced meals with minimal snacking to keep insulin levels stable. Finish dinner at least 3 hours before bed to maximize growth hormone release, which directly fuels visceral fat breakdown during sleep. Participants following this rhythm saw a 34% rise in growth hormone and a clear acceleration in visceral fat loss. Black coffee, tea, and water are allowed during fasting hours. They actually enhance the effect slightly by boosting metabolism without breaking the fast. The second strategy is extremely important for your fat loss. Number 2. Targeted soluble fiber loading with prebiotics. Scientists at Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center made a discovery that redefines how we think about visceral fat loss after 60. They found that every 10 grams of soluble fiber per day led to a 3.7% drop in visceral fat over 5 years. But when combined with specific prebiotics, that reduction shot up to 8.4% in just 3 months. This isn't about eating random vegetables. It's about using strategic fiber sources that create a gut environment, forcing your body to burn visceral fat. Soluble fiber works 2 ways. It forms a gel-like substance that slows glucose absorption, preventing insulin spikes that trigger fat storage. It feeds beneficial gut bacteria that produce short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, which directly signals your body to burn visceral fat for energy. Participants with the highest butyrate levels had 51% less visceral fat, regardless of body weight. Top sources include konjac root, glucomannan, 3 grams before meals, reduced visceral fat by 12% in 8 weeks. Ground flaxseed, 2 tablespoons daily, reduced visceral fat by 9%, but must be fresh or refrigerated. Beans, oats, and lentils provide steady, soluble fiber waves through the day. Timing matters. Take fiber with meals containing protein to amplify effects by up to 40%. Ideal routine: flaxseed in your morning shake, glucomannan before lunch, and beans with dinner. Add prebiotics like Jerusalem, artichokes, garlic, and onions. Participants who ate 1 artichoke or 2 garlic cloves daily showed 27% higher levels of fat-burning bacteria within 2 weeks. Together, these changes reprogram your metabolism to prioritize visceral fat burning while preserving lean muscle essential for longevity after 60. Strategy number 1 is extremely important. It can help eliminate the root of many health issues in your body. Number 1. Controlled breathing and vagus nerve activation. Finally, the most powerful discovery, and the one that shocked researchers the most. A 2023 study from the University of Copenhagen revealed that activating the vagus nerve through a specific breathing pattern caused massive visceral fat reduction without diet or exercise changes. In the 12-week study of 892 adults aged 60-79, those who practiced the breathing method 15 minutes twice daily lost 42% more visceral fat than the control group. Here's how it works. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts, hold for 7 counts, then exhale slowly through your mouth for 8 counts. Repeat for 15 minutes while keeping one hand on your chest and one on your belly. Only your belly should move. This diaphragmatic breathing stimulates the vagus nerve, which connects your brain to your organs and regulates fat metabolism. Dr. Mark Mattson of Johns Hopkins discovered this triggers the release of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that signals visceral fat cells to release stored energy. Timing is everything. Do your first session in the morning. When cortisol peaks, it lowers cortisol by 37% within 15 minutes, switching off your fat storage signal for the day. The second session between 3 and 5 p.m. prevents the afternoon cortisol spike that leads to belly fat gain. After 2 weeks, participants reported feeling their bodies shift into relaxation and fat-burning mode within minutes. The same study also found 23% better insulin sensitivity and 31% lower inflammation markers linked to visceral fat. When combined with the other 4 strategies, participants lost an average of 4.2 inches from their waist in 30 days, most of it pure visceral fat confirmed by scans. This breathing method is the cornerstone because it addresses stress, the hidden driver of visceral fat that diet and exercise alone can't fix. Eliminating visceral fat after 60 isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. Start with the breathing technique. Then add 1 new method each week to build sustainable, science-backed habits. The research proves that adults over 60 who follow these 5 strategies for just 30 days experience not only rapid visceral fat loss, but also renewed energy, sharper focus, and improved overall vitality. Your body is capable of incredible change at any age. It just needs the right signals. These 5 proven steps deliver exactly that. Now, tell us in the comments. Have you noticed your belly changing after 60 even though your eating hasn't? What's been your biggest surprise about aging and your metabolism? We'd love to hear from you below. And remember, more science-backed senior health videos are coming every day. Stay tuned and take charge of your health today.